Hello guys, welcome to this brand new course which is configuring custom alerts on Kubernetes cluster. So in this course we'll be configuring custom alerts on Kubernetes cluster. So we'll be creating Kubernetes cluster first using kind on AWS server. AWS Ubuntu server. I'll be using Ubuntu as an OS for configuring Kubernetes cluster. K3 kind K3s cluster is enough for this lab, I guess. So I have configured K3s cluster for that, and then I'll be creating Prometheus stack using Helm chart. So K3s cluster will be created first via manually, like I'll be creating it via manually, and then later I'll try to write Terraform script for that and try to do it via automation. At first I'll be doing it via manually. So once cluster is up, then we'll have to install Prometheus tag in that, and then later point of time we'll have to write custom alerts, custom rules for getting custom alerts on our email. How do we do that? Let's see. Like first of all, we need to meet. Like this is the scenario. Let's suppose I have Prometheus stack already installed in our cluster, and let's suppose you are a different team and there's a different team which configures Prometheus stack for you, and there's a platform team which configures Prometheus stack for you. And you don't have access to installation of Prometheus stack, and you don't have any option but to configure custom alerts on the existing Prometheus stack which is already deployed by some other team which you don't have access to. So for that, how do we do that? For that, we can create custom rules, and then you can create alerts. You can create custom rules, and then later we can apply that rule, and then we can get alertmanager.yaml file. We can extract the alertmanager.yaml file, and then we can apply the alertmanager.yaml file to receive the alert on email. So some of the default alerts which comes by Helm chart is node related alerts are kube node disk pressure, kube node memory pressure, kube node network not available, and pod related alerts are these are some of the default alerts which come by Helm chart. Like these are defaultly configured. So if you see for pods and container alerts, pod crash looping, pod not ready, pod container waiting, pod image pullback off, and deployment replica set mismatch, and deployment to kube stateful replica set mismatch, kube API down, kube scheduler down, and kube controller down. So these are the default alerts which comes by Helm chart. We will not be configuring these alerts. We'll be configuring some other alerts which doesn't come by default. And one of the Prometheus rule which I gave you here is this crash to backup Prometheus rule. We have to write rules like this. So first is API version which you have to use monitoring.core.os.com/v1. We have to use that API server, and then API version, and then we have to write kind rule, kind Prometheus rule. In metadata we have to name the rule which you want to name, and then we can group the alerts on the basis of pod or node or storage or any name you can give. I'll name it as pods, nodes, and storage. I'll be configuring these three types of custom alerts. So I'll be naming those things as such, like pod, node, and storage. You can group the alerts on the basis of their like on the basis of how they behave. So name you can give pod alerts, and then alert you can give alert name, and then you can give the expression which we have to test it in the Prometheus dashboard. And after testing we have to write it here, and then every 2 minutes I want this alert to trigger. So if at all if issue is not resolved, every 2 minutes I want this alert to get triggered. No, this is the first occasion. Like when the issue occurs, this is the first time it will in 2 minutes it will try to trigger the alert. And label we have to give severity, warning, or critical as per the requirement. And then annotation we have to give, and summary you have to add what description about what is crashing and what pod is crashing, or on how many number of pods are crashing. You can write the description here. And if it like this comes by expression, right? This dollar label, it will come by expression. You can configure many such alert like this. So this is one of the alerts which we configure. Like it will Prometheus rule will send to alert manager, and alert manager will send the SMTP via email, right? So let's move ahead and try to see what else is there. This is the alertmanager.yaml file. This is the SMTP configuration which I want to add it in my cluster to receive alerts on my mail. So this is the app password. So app password, I'll show you how to configure app password. I'll give you the link in the description, not in the description, but in the course itself. You'll find it there. So once it is there, you will be able to get it, and you will be able to configure SMTP for your cluster. On the basis of that, you will get alerts triggered on your email. This is the overall thing which will be doing it. So first we will be retrieve all the Prometheus rules currently configured in the cluster by using a command, and then later we'll review existing alerts in the cluster on Prometheus dashboard. We'll try to get the existing alerts on Prometheus dashboard and try to see where how many alerts are there. Then examine the Prometheus query associated with those alerts, and we'll try to examine the Prometheus queries which are associated with that alerts. And we create some custom rules, custom alerts for us, and then we have to apply that rule. Then we have to export the alert manager secret and then try to update this SMTP configuration of ours, like I showed you just some time back, to update that SMTP and apply it. And then we have to patch the deployment, Prometheus deployment with necessary labels. Like let's suppose I want to have only these alerts to be seen in the Prometheus dashboard, and I want only mail for these alerts which I configure, custom alerts. So we can do it via by adding labels. Like let's suppose my team is Robin. So I have to add label as team Robin to Prometheus deployment, so that it picks up only Robin related label. Picks up label related to Robin related to alerts, and it will try to throw alerts which are only associated with Robin, and add label only on the customer alerts are selected. Like this will add label only on the customer alerts are selected. We have to add labels on the customer alerts also, and we have to restart the Prometheus pod and alert manager to take the changes. And then you will receive, you have to configure SMTP, and then you have to apply the alertmanager.yaml file to get the emails, to get alerts emails on email. So this is the overall thing which I want to cover in this video, so in this course. So first we will try to get into AWS dashboard and try to create a server. So let's go ahead and do it.